It happens so quietly you barely notice it. You pick up your phone to check a single message, and 20 minutes later, you are still staring at a glowing screen, endlessly swiping through a feed. There is physical movement, but zero direction. Tracking human attention span, our baseline focus dropped from 12 seconds in 2000 to 8.25 today. On digital screens, it's worse, dropping from 150 seconds to a mere 47. Consequently, the average worker switches contexts every 40 seconds. We have not suddenly lost our intelligence. What these numbers reveal is a structural theft. Our capacity for deep, sustained thought is being actively captured. Thousands of years before the smartphone, Hindu mythology mapped out exactly how this kind of cognitive capture works. In their creation story, the universe rests in the profound, quiet clarity of Brahma's mind, a living wisdom represented by the sacred texts known as the Vedas. But even a cosmic mind experiences moments of fatigue. Brahma drifts into a subtle state of inattention, a brief twilight gap where his focus loosens. In that tiny window of distraction, chaos takes shape. Two ancient forces of disorder emerge from the shadows and seize the sacred wisdom. This myth is a precise psychological diagnosis. It tells us that when our awareness slips, we do not simply pause. We create a vacuum, and the forces of chaos immediately rush in to fill it. The demons do not destroy the Vedas. They drag them down into the fathomless depths of the cosmic ocean, plunging them into utter darkness. In modern information theory, there is a concept known as obscuration. When a system is flooded with noise, the original signal isn't annihilated. It is simply buried under so much interference that you can no longer retrieve it. We swim in that same ocean today. We call it the attention economy. The digital environment does not take our focus by force. It operates entirely on seduction. It fragments our attention with a ceaseless tide of notifications, colorful badges, and bottomless feeds, making the superficial feel incredibly urgent. The constant noise of the internet does not erase your intelligence. It deliberately buries your clarity beneath layers of endless, low-quality stimulation until you forget what you were looking for in the first place. To understand how aggressively this state of distraction is exploited, consider the Cambridge Analytica scandal, exposed by whistleblower Christopher Wiley. Look at this network node map. They harvested raw data without consent to construct psychological profiles for millions. Watch how they are targeted. Knowing our attention collapsed, they bypassed complex arguments. They bombarded users with micro-targeted ads triggering emotional reactions. Modern algorithms are built to bypass logic entirely. They extract immense power by keeping society permanently fractured, emotionally volatile, and cognitively shallow. The mythological response to this theft offers a way out. To retrieve the stolen wisdom, the deity Vishnu does not panic. Instead, he assumes the form of Hayagriva, a radiant figure with the body of a man and the head of a horse. The horse is a universal symbol of powerful, restless energy. By taking this form, the divine intelligence demonstrates what happens when the wild, bolting mind is finally brought under strict, patient discipline. Reclaiming our own minds requires a similar discipline. One of the oldest methods for this is a practice called Tratak, which translates to fixed gazing. The protocol is remarkably simple. You sit in a dark room and gaze steadily at a single, still candle flame without moving your eyes. By refusing to react to every passing thought, you actively rebuild the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for impulse control and executive function. You cannot think your way out of a fragmented mind. You have to train it. Sustained attention is a physical capacity that must be rebuilt through deliberate, daily effort. Internal training must be paired with external boundaries. We have to implement digital fasting, periods of the day where screens are entirely removed from our environment. The architects of the attention economy already know this. Mark Zuckerberg, the creator of the world's most pervasive social network, implements strict screen limits in his own home. He openly prohibits his children from passive scrolling. Screens are only permitted for active, deliberate tasks, like video calling relatives. The people who build the noise know the extreme value of silence. By setting our own boundaries and training our focus, we can stop skimming the surface, dive into the depths, and retrieve the clarity that is waiting for us.